morning, PSW staff, clients, friends joining us for a lovely Thursday class. Welcome. I'm still cooking and still in a good mood from the Gypsy Kings class. If you didn't catch it, go on Vimeo and you can see the class. Great group, Gypsy Kings. Before then, we looked at Henry Purcell, the great Baroque composer. And then tomorrow we're going to see the film scoring results for James Cameron's Titanic. You guys did a great job, so I'm so excited to share that with you. You've probably been wondering all week, well, where are you going to take us this week? And I'm going to take you to a museum, but and it sounds really boring, and it is. This class will be very boring. I'm just teasing. We're gonna have a really fun time today. We're gonna look at it's more than a museum. It's just a wonderful place in this city that's a little bit outside of LA, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Today we're going to look at the very gorgeous Huntington Library. Where is the Huntington Library? I mean, what? Do I have to tell you everything? It's in San Marino. So let's go. Let me use my free Google map and let's fly over there. San Marino is kind of a suburb of LA, just 12 miles north of downtown. It's a place where rich white people have lived and for a long time. Hopefully we'll mix it up a little bit there, but they don't allow any apartments or any bars in San Marino. But this isn't, I'm not slamming San Marino. It's one of the most beautiful places in California, and it's named. The Huntington Library is obviously named after somebody, right? It's named after Henry E. Huntington. Made a little coin in railways, and he comes to LA in 1892, and he made a fortune actually on railroads and real estate. He married his uncle's widow, Arabella, and established a huge collection of books, arts, plants, and decided to just buy this San Marino ranch so he could enjoy it there. 1903, he purchases this San Marino ranch for $240,000 for 600 acres in San Marino in 1903. And the property is more than 500 acres, and it was known as San Marino Ranch. And he went on to purchase other things in Pasadena and LA County, and he was one of the founders of San Marino. Huntington, founders of the city of San Marino, which was incorporated in 1913. So the building is built in 1919. It opens to the public in 1928 after his death. But let's look at my free timeline and see where 1919 is. Now, we looked at Charlie Chaplin Studios. That was the year that opened. This is before the Hollywood sign. This is way before the observatory. After Beverly Hills Hotel, 1912. So this is really when LA is starting to develop. And Huntington is one of the founders of the boom of LA, along with somebody like Harry Chandler, who we looked at. Harry Chandler was the owner of the Times, was responsible for building the Hollywood sign, on this flimsy white material, originally just used to last, a few months or a year, but of course it's still there. And Chandler and Huntington, they're responsible for a lot of the beauty, probably a lot of the corruption too, but a lot of the beauty of early Los Angeles development. And the architect was Myron Hunt. We've looked at Myron Hunt. I feel like Hunt and his partner Elmer Gray were responsible for making the city that we love, I love, Lloyd loves, John loves, into something really beautiful. So Myron Hunt also, did. I mean, originally it was the Huntington Hotel in 1914. Now it's the Langham Hotel. It's gone through several different things, but one of the most beautiful hotels in the world. So what's inside of this museum, of this library? I don't know. No, I do know. I mean, there's volumes of the Gutenberg Bible is there. This is all part of Huntington's collection. Manuscripts from Chaucer, letters and manuscripts from George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, Abraham Lincoln. It's the only library in the world with the first 2 quartos of Hamlet by Shakespeare. Also holds Benjamin Franklin's autobiography, and along with other writers, Bukowski and Mark Twain. So a lot of important documents in there. Art-wise, so much great art. Probably the most famous of the collection include The Blue Boy by Thomas Gainsborough and Pinky by Thomas Lawrence. Those are probably the 2 most famous, but I mean, it's got a gorgeous art gallery. And then outside, these gardens are just ridiculous. The botanical gardens cover 120 acres and showcase plants from all over the world. Huntington really worked to make them thrive because of why? Because of perfect climate, because of this great climate that California and LA has. A lot of these plants and succulents and all these other things were able to live alive and well here. The Chinese garden is the largest outside of China, and the Desert Garden is one of the world's largest and outdoor collections of cacti and succulents. 1974 was the first time that a movie was filmed there, Lucille Ball in Maine. First movie to include scenes filmed at the garden. Library also holds a lock of Abraham Lincoln's hair. In case you were wondering, where can I see the hair? You can go over there. It was cut by his embalmer from a location in the vicinity of the wound. So I mean, that's kind of cool though. And Henry and his wife Arabella are rested in a mausoleum on the ground, so you can go visit them. They're buried there. Ticket prices aren't. It's not free. It's it's $25 during the week, $29 on weekends. I guess if you think of, they have to, the upkeep is probably tremendous, so it's a little pricey. Very famous artist, Robert Rauschenberg, provocative, controversial artist, said that a visit to the Huntington inspired him to become an artist. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this class, because museums are really important. As much as we think that they're boring, when we're kids being brought there in the heat or, whatever like that, museums provide a space for the artist to think and to become an artist, perhaps. I mean, this inspired him to become an artist. So museums are really important. We need inspiration in our lives, and sometimes, getting out and going to a museum, going to a park, going to something outside of your environment can really trigger inspiration. I mean, because I was just thinking of our Herb Alpert class weeks ago. Remember his trip to Tijuana inspired him to say, I'm going to make music that sounds like it's from Mexico. That is a good example of people are very impressionable. Not mostly kids, because kids are developing as they get older and they take in all these ideas, but it's never too late to be inspired. But mostly museums, parks, places outside, and places that have so much culture like Los Angeles can really create an artist. I mean, you can be a young kid and not know what you're doing and go to a museum and say, that's what I want to do. And then that's how artists kind of, transcend and kind of relate to other people. So that's why I wanted to share this beautiful building, this beautiful, beautiful town of San Marino. It's it's really gorgeous. So even just a drive out there is worth going around. There's Lacey Park very close by. I love this part of town just because I would go there as a kid a lot. And my brother works at the Huntington Library Museum store, so you have to go and say hi to him. And it's a beautiful shop, actually. So that's it. Just wanted to do a little trip outside to San Marino and to show you a beautiful museum and to talk about Henry Huntington and his wonderful collection that he donated to the city that we all love. So hope you enjoyed that. Tomorrow's going to be film scoring results for Titanic, and miss you and love you, and thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.